Hello and welcome to the Coterie Hospitality Geek Hour. I am Carrie White, the CEO of Coterie Hospitality, and I am here with Nathan Haig, who is he'd like to be known as our software geek partner, but he is the brains behind some fabulous stuff that is coming into the hospitality industry, all things software. And we are here to talk to you on this demo on how to build a bot for your hospitality business and the benefits that it can have for your marketing to grow your business with more customers, more money, and referring more friends and family. So I'd just like to welcome in Nathan Haig.
Well, hello.
And would you, Nathan, like to take us through this amazing new, tech era that we're going to go into? Would this be the next big thing since Facebook?
Well, it's made by Facebook. So Facebook has its Messenger, and Messenger now has something called bots, right? So is it big? Oh God, yeah, and especially from Asia, where I live in Asia for quite a few months during each year. So the WeChat over in Asia, so a lot of people won't have heard of, let's say, WeChat, made by a company called Weibo. So Weibo is about as big as Facebook in profitability. It's like massive over in China, because they don't have Facebook over there, but everyone has WeChat. And now WeChat is kind of like a Facebook Messenger on steroids. So you can even use it as ID for government departments. You can pay your bills, your gas, your electricity. You can order cabs through it. Really there is, so WeChat actually is the platform. And of course it is a chat platform as well. So you can chat to your friends just as much as you can chat to brands. Now they've been using it for years, and Facebook Messenger is really at the dawn of what WeChat can do, right? It's just really kind of embryonic. So Facebook is on the back foot compared with what we've got in Asia. So Facebook Messenger came up with something called chatbots. Now, chatbots are what we're going to be going through today, and we're going to be building one, a very, very simple one. We're going to be showing you why you need them, okay? Because they can do a lot, and when you see it, I'm sure that all your minds will start to race and start to tick over. So we'll take it in little baby steps, because they can be as simple as kind of doing a normal front of house sort of thing. Yeah, you can get bots to do that for you. So they can be as advanced as you want. So they could even book tables, suggest booking times. You could talk to the customers and find out any dietary restrictions. It can talk to reservation systems. So really it can span the entire gamut, right? That's a good word, gamut, of what a patron would want, from a very simple, what time are you open, through to what's your weekly specials, let me send that out to you automatically, through to more advanced stuff, which is, as I say, talking to reservation systems and billing systems, etc. So we're not going to go into that level of detail tonight, but we will do quite a simple one, and we'll talk a bit more about everything.
But let's just jump in and tell our audience, though, Nathan is the one who's the geek. He's the one that does all the complex stuff. So this isn't going to be something that is overwhelming, is confusing. It's kind of putting all of the really complex stuff into bite-sized pieces, and it's really easy to chew and swallow and digest. And that's what Nathan's really good at, is simplifying it. And I can vouch for that, because I'm not a techie person, but I understand exactly what he's taken us through and why we are rolling out with this really, really exciting platform. So I just wanted to make that clear, that we don't believe that we're talking to tech experts.
No, we'll set that scene.
Even if you might be.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got a head swelling full of facts and figures and tech stuff, well, more power to you. But
yeah,
you'll be the minority, in the in this sort of in this chat. So I'm going to bring it down to a level where normal people can understand it. You don't have to be a technical whiz to do any of this. So let's get stuck straight into it. Bite-sized nibbles, take it away. Show me some questions. What do you need?
We know that. Does this replace anything that we already have in marketing? When you're looking at email systems, so people would know that they've got their CRMs, they've got their point of sale systems. Is this going to be replacing anything, or is this adding another layer?
Well, again, weasel words, but it depends. I mean, a lot of times you'll hear people in the restaurant industry, consultants talking to a restaurant or a franchise, and they'll be, develop an email list. And you're like, okay, that's really cool, but why are you developing an email list? A lot of people know they've got to have an email list, but they're like, I don't really know the reason. Or they do know the reason, they're building up their email list, they're sending out the weekly emails, and there's not really that much traction, right? They can't really track how many people saw the email and then actually walked into the store, right? So what you can do with these chatbots is you can actually use it as, I wouldn't ever say replace emails, because emails really are your property, right? So if Facebook goes pear-shaped or you lose your Facebook account as a business, and it can happen, all right, then don't ever forget as a business owner that you are on rented grounds when you use Facebook. Okay, so
Yes,
at
the
any
leased real
time,
estate.
that's exactly right. You're building your entire business on the soft shifting sands of social media. It's not really like a stable business. You need to have your own website, my very strong suggestion, and you need to have your own email list or at least mobile numbers, right? And when you do that, that means it's your property. If your Facebook, page goes down, or your Twitter page goes down, or whatever, then at least you've built up your customers' details, which you can then call, you can then email, etc., etc. So my strong suggestion in all of that is to use the technology that you're about to see in conjunction with what you've already got. And hey, down the track, it may completely replace it. If you're that happy with it, it may actually replace it. But at the start, then as a key business decision, you'd use this in addition to what you've already got. But your question was, what could it replace? Yeah. So
or was it replacing anything? Because the one thing that I think is really important that we kind of just clarify a little bit more is, if we think of Facebook, and some businesses have got, managed to get anywhere from 1,500 followers up to 25,000 followers. I did an interview with Pincho Factory over in the US on the East Coast, and they've got 70,000 followers, which is a lot of followers. But can you get in contact with them? 9 out of 10 times, it's a no. What you have to do is you have to tag them on Facebook. So it's really great to be able to have access to a community of people. But when you can contact someone specifically via email, via phone call, whether it be a landline, who has them these days, but they still exist, or by a mobile, that is what we're calling your information. That's what you own.
Let me show you, because a lot of people, again, will be using their CRM systems, right? So they might have Infusionsoft, they might have ActiveCampaign, they might even be using good old MailChimp.
MailChimp, yeah.
Right, good old CRMs, and it does what it says on the label. But I just wanted to show you something like this. So let me go. So this is a peek under my kimono. This is one of the tools that I use. It's called ManyChat, manychat.com. So let's have a look. Now, the industry standard for an email newsletter that goes out is, look, if you get 20% open rate or 20% read rate of your email newsletters, you are super stellar, awesome, amazing, and look, pretty much, you're as good as myself, right? Who does this full time. There'll be outliers, where people get maybe like a 30% open rate on their emails, but they really are the 1 in 1,000. Okay, the average normal business out there will be getting a read rate of less than 10% for their email newsletters. So you might very well have 75,000 people on your newsletter, right? But less than 7,500 will open it, and then only a small percentage of them will go on to take any action.
You've also got to consider your bounce rates as well.
Exactly. So
the
have a
ones
look
that
at this
don't
one.
get through.
Look at this one. This is for something else that I did. So a couple of other little projects I did while I was testing. So I want you to have a look at this one. Look at the open rate here column. So we have a little small tiny one there. This is the bot webinar landing page. So this is another one that you and I did the other day. So we had on this line, I'll just take you through it very quickly. 446 people saw this. 270 people actually clicked it. Okay, which was a 60% conversion rate. But look at the opening rates on it. Okay, 99%. 99%. Pretty much every single person that saw this wanted the information. All right. So you compare your 10% with email opening with 99% for your Facebook chat system.
Can I just make a point though to everyone that's watching this? This isn't an audience that didn't know Nathan. These are people, everyone that knows Nathan. That's the same thing as everyone that's following you, generally speaking, on your social media. If you don't have an email list right now, and you're not, because I have to tell you, a lot of businesses aren't working to a customer list. But these are people that know Nathan. So imagine if you are going to do this and the conversion rate to people who already love you. Look at that. Like, these are amazing numbers to an existing community, not a cold community.
So even on, yeah, I mean, like 99% open rate is just like, is damn good, right? By any stretch of the imagination. So that's what you can expect from like setting this up. So you asked me the question, what could it replace? And I'm saying it could potentially replace your email system, but in the start, in the early days, it will work alongside it. But I think it's a really good point at this moment in time to actually show you what we're actually talking about. So it's all very well talking about the success and what it can replace. Let's actually show you what it can do. So here's one I prepared earlier. So let's have a look at one of these. Now, want our weekly specials sent to your inbox. This is a very, very, very simple bot. All right, it's just going to show you some cool stuff. So what happens is, this is what we call a landing page. So this link up here is ManyChat.com's. Okay, but we have special ways of making it yours. But anyway, so you can't really do an awful lot on this page, right? You have to, well, click the big blue button, and you can customize this as you see fit, right? So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just go, yes, I'd like to send me specials. So let's go ahead and click on that. Okay, check your Facebook Messenger inbox. So now what happens is, let's go here, okay, and let's just move Carrie out the way. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see Carrie on my screen just there, but anyway, so you can see here it has actually opened up, right? So it's pushed into my Facebook Messenger. This works on desktop or mobile, just the same. And you can see here the bot has gone, so you want us to send your weekly specials on Sunday nights? Yes or no? And you can see down here, it's got some like small weasel words like, oh, so you've agreed to blah, 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 right? Well, they know they have because they clicked the big blue button, remember? So in this case, I'm going to go, yeah, absolutely, send me your specials. That's what I'm going to do. So go ahead and click yes. And as you can see, it's chosen yes for me. And now it's actually given me some choices here. Now, this looks way better on mobile, to be fair. All right, but you can see here, it's like the bacon deluxe. Did you want bacon? Nathan, you can see it's personalized it. We have the bacon. It's only $1.99. Cheese is an extra 50 cents. I will have the cheese. I will have as much cheese as you can throw at me. And I can go, oh yeah, choose this one. Okay. Now I've got, like, this is what we call a carousel. So let's just go, oh, there's another thing. Again, it works more better on mobile because it's natural to swipe, right? So this is, if you can't really see it, is the French toast burger. French toast, right, Nathan, so it knows my first name. Just $2.99 this week, bacon 50 cents. Well, clearly we can have all the bacon and all the cheese, so and an optional coronary would be great. So we're going to go, hey, that's great. I'm going to choose that. In fact, no, I don't want to choose that one. I want to go the bacon deluxe. And I go, yeah, choose this one. Hell yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I've clicked or tapped the button. And now what happens is it will pause. So the bot is there to pause just for a second. Okay, and you can see now we have got the gorgeous Carrie, all right, which is now thanking them very much for their interest in the Bacon Deluxe Burger. Okay, so you can see that it actually, they clicked the blue button, so just take you through that again, all right? So you can see what we did is we created a page, a very simple page. We used emojis, all right, to guide them through what they needed to do. So there's only one thing they can do here, which is click the big blue button. And then what happened is it pushed immediately into their Facebook Messenger, all right, the greeting. So it's like, hello, do you want us to send it? Well, yes, I do. And they could choose nope, I hasten to add. And then what happens is, depending on their choice, the bot went, yep, well, they said yes, so here's 2 of our menu choices for the coming week, all right? I chose this one, so there was a button on each one of these 2 little options just here, and I could do that. And then the next call to action was a beautiful Carrie there talking about, thanks very much for selecting the bacon burger, right? So it's a very, very, very simple bot in comparison with what they can do, but it gives you a kind of a feel for what we're talking about for the rest of this
Now,
podcast.
if we're having a look on that previous screen that Nathan was showing about 99% open rate, let's just kind of touch on a little bit where everyone has finally started to kind of get that understanding that people are consuming marketing differently now, and that's including video. So already, not only is the open rate that Nathan has shown you sitting at 99%, but that's just boom, put video into that straight away.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. So let's expand on this, for example. So let's say, for example, you have a more advanced one. So just picture this, all right? The Facebook bot, they have selected their table through the Facebook bot. It's talked to your reservation system. It's suggested a couple of times to them. They've selected a time, all done in Facebook Messenger. They've paid, all right, or perhaps they paid a reservation fee. I don't know where in the world that you are, but in Asia, sometimes there's a table reservation fee they have to pay. So they've done all of the payment, they've done all the booking, happy days. They finally come in for the meal, they have the meal, they go home from the meal, and then what happens is, once their time was booked, so let's say they were booked in for 7:30 p.m. and it was a table of 8. So what can happen is, like around about 3 hours later, you can time these to go out. So once they've actually conversed with you via this bot that you're seeing right now, you can say, right, well, I'll put a bit of a time delay on that video. And you could have, if it's a franchise, you could have like the franchise manager, right? The shift manager. You could have the actual owner of the restaurant, if it's independent, obviously. You could have the video of them thanking the patron for coming in and dining, right? So just imagine that. And no one does that. Literally, I can't think of a single person anywhere that actually sent me oh, look, thanks ever so much for coming in. You might get a tepid email, like eventually in 30 days when their CRM decides to actually send me like a little crappy email, right? But this is like literally, this is almost near as damn it, it's live. I came into your establishment and you cared enough to send me a, supposedly, because the customers won't know that, but a personalized thank you for eating in my establishment. I mean, can you imagine the goodwill that actually presents to people? You might not use the bot to do anything super duper advanced, but you might want to come in just here. So again, I'll show you. What you might want to do is you might just want to come into here and you might actually just want to go, you know what, Nath, I think I'd like to just send something out. So you can come into here. Now, we won't go through technically too much of this right now, but if I wanted to do a new broadcast, I could actually send a message out to everybody about my weekly special or a lunchtime special. Oh, bugger, I need to send out something really, really quickly. Let's send out like a, I don't know, like a coffee and cake or something for this afternoon. Well, you can do that. So what you would do is you'd come up here in your new broadcast, and what you would do is it's as simple as you really typing out a Facebook post, but you'd actually type out some stuff here, and then you would actually send it, and it would go to everybody's Facebook Messenger inbox. And again, pretty much got a 99% open rate on that message. So if you did want to put out an urgent, like, look, we've got a table like ready, we've got 2 tables, like first in, best dressed, create one of these broadcasts in like less than a minute, send it out to as many people on the database as you can, and you will get business. Like, no question about it. No question about it at all. So that's what a broadcast for the bot could do for you as well. But you have to have the audience first of all. As you can see, here's my audience just here. All right. And you can see, once you have the audience here, okay, you can then start divvying them up, right? So you can put these tags against them. All right. So tags are really important. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. But this is how you slice and dice your audience. So you can see here, for example, and in the example I did earlier on, we tag some people with the bacon deluxe. So these people here with the bacon deluxe would be the people that you'd want to send out more bacony messages to, right? Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
But can we touch on that though when you're saying about with audience? Because how many of you have received something that didn't apply to you? You're going, hey, I don't want to get my
Can I
hair
can I show
done
you
and have
something?
rollers done and stuff like
Can I
that.
show you? I have inbox here. I have 69,551 inbox. Inbox zero for me isn't a thing. And you talk about that, but look how much crap is in my inbox. I have so much stuff, all the stuff. And I would say 85% of this does not even apply to me. It
Yeah.
doesn't. All right, so you can imagine like a patron eating at like, say, I don't know, 5 to 10 different establishments during the course of any 1 month, heavy users. And you can imagine their emails just being swamped, especially when marketers and consultants persuade restaurateurs to send more email. All right, you just get blindness. So email, even for someone like myself, like it's not really fit for business. And I try and tag them. Look, these are all the different colors, and I try to do stuff like that. But the reality is, for me personally, email is just like, I mean, look, 70,000 emails basically that just aren't read because I look at them and I just go, they're all crap. You can see the ones I have actually opened here, which are genuinely important. But you can see that everything else from today, these are all my emails from today. Like, none of these are really interesting to me. None of them. So this is the difference between like email advertising, which yes, it still works and still you have to do it. I'm not saying don't do it, but compare this 69,000 emails to this, all right, where I've got, all of my 99%, okay? And I can see, more importantly, I can see who's opened it. And I can say, well, look, if they have opened it, send them this message. I can send a sequence of events. So these are all the things that you can do. And the bottom line literally is the bottom line. All of this means nothing at all unless it results in patrons' bums on seats, right? So if you send out something and you get an increase of like, say, 20% in business that week, you can attribute it directly through to your marketing efforts using these Facebook Messenger bots. And I've got ways of like tracking that for you.
Yeah, the other thing with this is when you compare, I'm not personally one to poo-poo on email as much, but getting really behind this technique, think about push notifications. If people have got email notifications, then they're going to hear the ting. But how many people do have the email notification on their phone, on their device that alerts them that they have an email? How many people have Messenger that will come up and it will sit on their screen? They will get that notification because we see that 86%, I think it is, of mobile users are checking their phone every 7 minutes.
Hmm.
So if
It's
these
100.
notifications are popping up on the screen with
Hmm.
your business,
Hmm.
then you're going to start to, don't worry about that 99%, get that 100%.
Yeah, it's 100. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. I saw some stats today, and literally it is the average. There's two things today that I saw. One was about 150 times a day. 150 times a day, the average millennial now reaches for their phone.
Mm.
150 times a day. And the other thing is also something called phubbing, right? Phubbing, phubbing. And it's actually, when you snub someone, you're just like, yeah, that was interesting, and you turn away. Well, apparently phubbing is when you're listening to a phone, right, more than your partner. So, don't phub people. Okay?
Yeah. Or if people are going to be fubbers, have your business, the one that's in front of it, that's, going to make it interesting for people. So that's probably going to be a nice little segue into, we've had a look at what a bot is.
Mm-hmm.
Why use it? Why go to all of this effort to
Mm. Absolutely. So problem with marketing is that there's only a finite amount of time in one day. All right. Now you might be super lucky and you might have staff that are devoted to the task, and that's great, fantastic. But there's only a certain amount of time in their day as well. So all of this marketing stuff is hard. A lot of the time, you've got to do it, but as a business owner, as a restaurateur, you're like, oh, I don't know where to start. Oh, I'll put it on the back burner. Okay. So the reason why you're doing this is we alluded to it earlier on, right? And we we want, asses on seats. That literally is what we want. We want people to see these messages. We want them to see targeted messages. Don't send me anything about bacon if I'm a vegan, for God's sake, right?
Yeah.
So we can slice and dice our audience very, very quickly using this. And essentially, we are looking for people to see these messages and come into our establishment and pay us money. That is it. There's no other reason for doing this. There might be some goodwill. There might be I don't care about that. And as a business owner, I'd say 99.9% of you listening and watching this are going to be nodding your heads in agreement. The only thing that counts in doing all of this stuff we're talking about now, and we'll show you shortly, is the bottom line. If you take your eye off that prize and start to do the geeky stuff purely for the geeky stuff, it's pointless. Okay, your restaurateurs, franchise owners, you need people to come into your establishment. That's the bottom line. So all of this stuff we're showing you now, sending out messages, okay, is sending them out at the right time, because that's the other thing. Like if you send me an email, all right, it's just going to get lost. Okay, and if I go down to let's have a look at that again, shall we? Oh, let's have a look at Nathan's email. Oh, there we go. If you send me an email, chances are I'm probably not going to see it. I'm not going to lie, right? But if you send me a Facebook message, and it's going to be first thing in the morning before I set foot out the front door, and you say, hey, listen, everybody, do a broadcast. Hey, everybody, look, coffee and cake, special deal, and it's going to be $2. $2 for coffee and cake, shut up and come here today only. Can you imagine how many people would set foot out the door and go, oh, yeah, wow, only $2. Yeah, I'll give them a go today. I often pass their way on the way to work. How much business do you think you can get with a timed message like that? And the answer is a lot, all right? So that's what we're looking at doing here. And this system here allows you to do that. Some of it can be automated to the nth degree. And a lot of you small to medium-sized establishments, you might not blend manual doing it in with that automated stuff. But that's okay. Listen, if you can do a broadcast and you can send it out to a sliced and diced audience, and you can send a message in less than 60 seconds, and you can make an extra couple of $1,000, all right, for that morning's rush, why would you not do that? Try doing this versus email and see which one wins, right? Which one results in more business. So,
and the other thing is even if you are a business that doesn't have, the 70,000, doesn't even have the 1,000, think about if you had a 99% conversion to 100 more people that came into your business and bought and weren't necessarily buying at discount. They're coming in because you're packing things up with value and they're coming into your venue. Even, another 20 people through your business can be a good thing as well.
Right. That's the thing, so let's just do that again. So I'm going to just go, right, send me your specials. That's going to happen. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my phone. Why not? I'll just do this one. Going to go onto there, just so you can actually
and
see
the great thing about this as well is it's about, even though Nathan's showing us from the geeky side, this really will buy you more time. One of the major, common challenges, frustrations in the hospitality industry is people are time poor. This is going to buy you more time because when you can put the automation through, you put it in, you teach the system what you want it to do, and then once it's in, the thing just works for itself. So it ends up being essentially another staff member at a much, much cheaper price.
That's exactly right, and it won't sort of get a bit surly either. I don't know how many times, I don't know about America, but and I don't really, age is quite okay most of the time, but certainly in Australia, for example, I don't want to deal with some surly teenager, right, who can or can't help me. I don't know, I'll go and get a grown-up. You go and do that there, love. All right, what I want to do is basically order my coffee on the way to work and have it ready for me when I arrive. That's what I want to do. Okay, so again, time poor, not just time poor staff, but also time poor customers. All right, so again, let me just show this one. I'm going to mirror this one here. So I clicked on the page. Okay, let me open up my Facebook Messenger, and there you can actually see it. It's come up with Coterie Hospitality. Hello. All right, so this is what it looks like on a mobile. Much, much nicer. All right. So again, do you want us to send the weekly specials? Oh, yes, I do. Okay, and now we come up with the bacon deluxe burger again, like you saw earlier. So again, we're on Australian internet, so we've got to wait for the images to load. But anyway, all right, so we can scroll across. Okay, much nicer. Sadly, the images are going to load on my phone here on Australian internet, so that's not embarrassing. Oh, they have. Oh, there we go. That's fantastic. Maybe a carrier pigeon could actually deliver the next image on the screen. Oh, there we go. All right. And so this one here, I'm going to go choose this one. So again, I'm on the phone. You can see I've chosen that one. And this time, okay, it's come up with a different message. You know, tell your server the special code word of Rick Morty to get 10% off. If you like Rick and Morty, that'll put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
So that's what the bot looks like on a mobile. It's really, really nice. And in fact, you'll probably be reaching people on their mobiles using this system more than desktop. Okay.
And
so
on the point of mobile is I don't want everyone to think, oh, but hang on a minute, you did a video. We don't have video equipment. Guess what? I did that video on an iPad. You can do your video. This is all going on devices. You can do your videos on a smartphone or on an iPad or a tablet.
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
Upload it straight away.
That is exactly what we do. And in fact, like I do that. So let's have a look. This is another chap here that I'm doing a bot for. And I'll show you exactly. And this is a multi-$1,000s, right? And good-looking guy, you know, old school beard. But it was shot on an iPhone. It was shot on an iPhone. So again, you know, there we go. No dramas. So don't think you've got to have thousands of dollars. In fact, it's actually better if you send it and record it, from your mobile and then send it via the messenger, because that looks again to the patron that you've actually sent it.
Because authenticity is important.
Boom, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to use your mobile to record that welcome and that thank you for dining.
Can I just make a note on that as well, as just remembering everyone that the visual image of that video is going to be so small that it doesn't, it's not resolution dependent, as opposed to if you're having something a little bit bigger on your PC screen or a bigger screen, it's in the messenger, so it's not resolution specific.
We'll edit that bit out, right?
Shall we? Okay.
No, we'll just carry on. See, authenticity. We're talking about that. Authenticity.
Okay. I actually wasn't sure if you wanted me to edit. See, it's all about being authentic. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Yes, we're all authentic here at Coterie. Yes. So as bloopers are really important, you might even want to automate your bloopers. That is going to get you a lot of fans in your community and add a weekly special to that as well. But no, my point is that you can use your device because the resolution specificity isn't quite required because the image is so small.
That's exactly
I think I got that out, put my teeth back in.
Yeah, well done for that. Yeah, not bad at all. We got there in the end. 3 syllables and you're buggered. But anyway, all right. So, no multi-$1,000 like rigs for like recording this. It's grimy, it's gritty, it's worked, it's authentic is the takeaway point.
Get on with it.
Do you want me to show you now at this point how to build something simple?
Let's do it. I reckon everyone's a bit kind of hanging on now going, like, aren't you, you're going, let's do it. I'm a geek. Welcome to the geek world. I want to know.
Let's do it then, shall we? Let's do it.
We'll give you a certificate of chosen geekness.
Yeah, exactly right. And we'll give you a nice little like smiley face as well. Right. So here we go. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come up here and it says manychat.com, right? So come on to manychat.com. Go ahead. It's free, but you want to upgrade immediately upon getting it to the pro version. It's going to cost you a massive, and I mean massive, $10 per month, okay, per Facebook.
Now is that 10? Let's talk currency because we're going global here. Is that US, Australian?
It's always in US dollars, love. America, make America great again. It's the greatest country on goddamn earth, all right? It's always US dollars.
Okay, so we're $10 US, everyone.
Indeedy, and that's per month, right? And that's per page. So if you're running, let's say you're a kind of like a multi-location independent, so you've got like say 5 different locations or 20 different locations, and each of those locations has its own Facebook page, right? Then yes, you'd be up for 20 different lots of $10. If you're a company that's had 20 locations, but you only run the one Facebook account, so the one Facebook page that covers all 20, right, then you'll only be up for $10 per month. So however you've set up your own Facebook, right, is really down to how much you're going to be paying. One page for $10, or 20 pages is going to be 20 times 10. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to understand. So assuming that you've gone to ManyChat.com and assuming that you've come down and you've upgraded to the Pro, right, you'll be presented with something that looks roughly like this, and it all looks a bit airy scary. So let me take you through it. And please, 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 like stop, rewind, pause, go and get a cup of coffee, come back to it. Okay, so because it is actually really easy, right, for you, because I'm going to show you step by step. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come up to where it says New Growth Tool at the top right here. So the big blue button, yep, go ahead and click it. Now you'll be presented with some options just here. The only one that we care about will be where it says Landing Page. Let's go ahead and choose Landing Page. Okay, so up it comes. Now the first thing you want to do is come up to the top here where it says Growth Tool number 26. Well, in this case, I don't want to call it Growth Tool 26. In this case, I want to go, let's go Burger Demo 2000. All right, you'll name it something a little bit more relevant to yourself. So this one here, let's get Carrie's mug out of the way on my screen. You might not see it on yours. But what you're doing now, hello, you're all that, girlfriend. I need tickets to see Carrie. All right, so what we do on the right-hand side here, we can build what it looks like. So you will recall my page looks like, let's just refresh this page so you can see. Thinking. Up she comes. Okay. So that's what we're aiming for, okay? So back in here, what we're now going to do is we're going to add, straight away, we're going to come down to the bottom here and we're going to choose an image to upload. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so click on here and up it comes. It's going to say, well, that's awesome, right? Pick your image. So in that case, I'm going to look at my downloads. I'm going to try and find a logo, which could be awkward, but anyway, we'll try and pick that one. There we go. Now the image size, I go, well, what image size and dimensions? Use one that is 1200 pixels wide by 628 pixels tall. So 1200 wide, 628 tall. Okay, that works the best. All right, if you don't have one, speak to us. We can get you like knocked up with like a nice image. You know how it is. Okay, so what we'll now do is we'll come back up to the top. So while that's uploading, there you go. Thanks, Australian internet. It really is that bad. But anyway, so move over to here on the right-hand side. So we're going to now click on this little pencil icon. Okay, we're going to select all the text in here. This is the default text. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go, well, what's the main message you want to say? So, psst. Okay, be conversational. If you're an independent, use the brands that you've developed. Use that brand voice here. Yeah. Try and be one lower level than that, though. Right? This is nice and conversational. This is all Facebook Messenger, so it's like your mate in a pub chatting to you. All right.
But I think, yeah, you make a really, really good point on that, Nathan. Is that it's really important to talk in the language that they would typically be talking, and that may even get a little shorthand.
Yeah.
But you make a brilliant point and pertinent point, is that this has got to be conversational.
It's got to be conversational. It's exactly right. Social media, I think a lot of people get lost on that point. Social media is social. What a revelation, right? Now, people don't go expecting to go on Facebook and just go, today's the day I've woken up and I really fancy getting bombarded with loads of advertising messages. Said no one ever. People go to Facebook newsfeed and they want to see pictures of bacon and cats and their kids, etc., etc. And no one wants to be advertised to. So Chipotle do it really well. Arby's do it really well. They've got a brand voice. Admittedly, they spend millions of dollars on that, that you don't have to. If you're a small independent, like, you know, retailer, then you've got a voice. Just talk to people in a normal way. How would you talk to them, like, when they walked in your store? That's how you want to talk to them, just here. So in that case, I'm using that ethos, and I'm going, want our weekly specials sent to you quicker, right? Because I spelled it hilariously wrong. So here's another top tip for you.
On purpose, by the way, everyone.
On purpose. So what you want to do, I actually close this one down. So what you want to do is you want to use emojis. Now, a little piece of me dies every time I use emojis, but, you know, the kids love them, and it breaks up big loads of text. So in your Google, right, go in there and just go, I like to go point right emoji. There we go. Point right emoji. Press enter. And Google will go, oh, yeah, you want a point right emoji, do you? So the one I use is this emojipedia.org. It usually is the first choice. You don't have to remember this whole honking great URL. You just have to click it. So let's do that. And up it comes. So there we go. That's the emoji that we want. And we're on a desktop. You have to do this on a computer. You cannot use a tablet. You cannot use a mobile. It has to be a desktop or a laptop computer to be able to do this. Okay? So assuming that you're doing that, go ahead and copy the pointing emoji. Go back into here. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll come onto here and we'll paste it and add a space. There you go. That looks like already better. Okay. The next thing you want to do is on the left-hand side now. Now, you've got this one that says show description. So just here, that is the description. I am your copy. Please keep me fresh and witty. Like, oh, shut up. So you could perhaps something in there. You could just say, you know, for example, I'll say, we'll send this every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, you might use the description to do that. Me personally, I don't use descriptions. Again, going to my one just here, okay, we've got the tap the link below. All right, so I'm using my description again to kind of give a call to action. And yes, I've done the point down emoji just here, so their eyes are drawn to the button. Okay, so let's go back to the one that we're building. Okay, and I'll leave it just there. Now, top pro tip, I want you to button type on the left here. I want you to choose with text, with checkbox. So you can see the button here changes. It's like send me insights. Again, if I change it to the default, which was send to Messenger, look what happens. All right, that's all I get. I can't change the wording on the button, right? Now I want to change the wording on the button, so choose the with checkbox is the takeaway point. And so now you can see this little like pencil icon thing just there. So if I click on the little pencil icon, I can get rid of all of the send me insights, and I would go top pro tip, uppercase, send me, give them some ownership, send me the weeklies. Okay. You probably use better words than that. I'm not going to lie. But you get the idea. All
but
right.
the point is that you have the flexibility to put whatever you want in there. Yeah.
And again, you can choose the different colors for the background to suit your corporate colors, etc., etc. So if we click on the button background just here, you will have what they call a hex code. Speak to your graphic designer, and they'll give you the hex code, right, for your branding colors. In this case, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go, yeah, shut up, yeah, whatever. Okay. So now we go on to the submitted state. So obviously once they've clicked the button, what happens? So we'll click up here where it says submitted state. Let's go ahead and do that. And it looks like this really fugly looking green screen just here. So I'm going to take you through this. All right, now a top pro tip here. If you click on the view in Messenger here, it opens up something weird and wonderful in Facebook that not many people have seen. So I'm not going to bore you with the details, but I do want you to do this. So you can see at the moment, the colors here, the background is a green color. So assuming you want to keep that green color, let's go ahead and click on that. We're going to copy this hex code, all right? So everything after the hashtag. So we're going to go ahead and copy that code. Don't be worried, this is just pretty standard stuff. If you're following along, again, stop it, rewind it, come back to this bit.
Yeah.
Okay? So the headline just there, we're going to go the button background you can see is white. Well, in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the color and I'm going to paste that hex code, that green in there. And you can see essentially the button has now disappeared on the right-hand side. What we're doing is we're hiding it. The button will still be there, but no one will know it's there, so they won't click it. Okay, because once they've clicked that big blue button, it's going to be on their Facebook tab. They'll probably have Facebook open, remember. So you don't want to take them to that wild and wacky site, right, that this button here launches. Okay, so again, button text, we're going to do the same thing. Get rid of all the zeros, paste in the hex color, and it goes green as well. So to all intents and purposes now, we have deleted that button from there. Oh, yeah. Okay, and again, just like the first page now, we can click on here and we can actually go, right, let's get rid of that. Thank you for reading our message. Now becomes, hey, thanks. Okay, new line. Check your, maybe I could actually type, check your Facebook inbox. All right. Oh, I could put a smiley in there if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, and again, this one here, I don't want a description. So on the right, left-hand side here, I'm sorry, show description, slide that to the off position. So literally, that's it. Okay, job done. Up the top here, you've got the opt-in action. So we've done the basics now. This is now actually where we build the bot. All right, you ready? Let's get it stuck into it. So
Let's do it.
We're going to choose up here where it says edit. Let's go ahead and do that. So it's going to have opt-in message, and yours will probably say growth tool number 1, opt-in message. All right, whatever is here, you want to choose the edit button. All right, and this will be a top pro tip. All right, you'll just go, I don't know what I'm doing here. Cancel, and make sure if it's presented to you in this big blue button as save, you click it. All right. So now if we go back to edit, we'll look at that. Now we can continue. All right. If you didn't do that, you would have lost the work. So I wanted to point that out. Now we come on to the message just here. And you can see this is the stock standard one that you get given. Welcome, first name. Thank you for your subscribe. Oh God, this is like just words that would send me to sleep. So I'm going to get rid of all of that, as you will. Bye-bye. Off it goes. Okay. And so now we're going to put our conversational piece in there. So I'm going to go, hey. Now, if I leave a space and I come down to this little widget thing here, you can see the little, like, it used to be AOL, used to have an icon like this. There's a little man icon. So not the smiley, but the little man. Let's go ahead and click on that. And you can see that we have different options here. So we're going to choose the first name. So like, hey, first name. Okay. And so now add a space. No, I'm going to put an exclamation mark straight after it. And on the right-hand side, you can see like in live detail what we're typing in. So, hey, first name, welcome to our weekly specials engine thing. All right, clearly your words will be better than mine, right? Okay, click, continue to, well, continue, smiley face. Now, you know when you sort of do a smiley face like this, no. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you use the little smiley face because this will bring up the emojis. Okay, so when you do this and you do a laughing thing, usually which is 2 dots and a D, capital D, it's not going to cut the mustard. What you need to do is choose the emoji smiley face. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, in this case, we might just use the, I don't know, grinning smiley. There we go. And you can see that does actually put it in. So if you're going to use emojis, all right, make sure that you tick on the little emoji button just here. Okay. So we put in our little, like, you know, hello. We've done that. So now it's time to add a button. Let's go ahead and do that. So new button 1. Don't be afraid. At the right-hand side here, okay, we're going to get rid of the new button number 1, and we're going to choose continue. We're going to type that in because remember up here we click continue to will continue. So we're going to type in the word continue just there. All right. And it comes down here, do this when the user presses the button. It's got reply with a message. You can have open a website, and you can have call a phone number. Wouldn't that be useful for you? In this case, we're going to go reply with a message. We're going to leave that one just there. And we're going to choose the create new message. Let's go ahead and do that. So it comes up now with a new section. Okay. So here, all right, what I want you to do is I want you to choose the gallery. Okay. So let's go ahead and just tap it once. Gallery. Up it comes. Now what you want to do here is you want to move your mouse up here, and as you move up you can see these little like cursor like keys bring up these little icons. All right, so what you want to do is you want to get rid of this one. Okay, bye-bye, off it goes. And so now we've got this one here. So this is the gallery. So it comes in 3 parts. First of all, you need to, well, drag an image to upload it. So I'm going to click on this. Okay, and you will have images of your food. Now, the images of your food, the dimensions should really be 600 by 600. And those of you that have done Instagram ads, right, will know that those dimensions, 600 pixels wide by 600 pixels tall, they are Instagram size. Well, guess what? They actually work really well here as well. Okay.
Well,
So
then
what
you've
I'm going to
already
do.
got a gallery of pictures.
Well, I certainly do, young lady. Well, I think so. You can see, like, I've got like luxury yachts. I've got like one of my friends in Thailand who's a tour guide. Let's find some pictures of food, shall we? That's always good. Right, scroll down. Thinking. Oh, hello. So I'm going to choose this one just here. All right, and we'll choose that image just there. Looked familiar. That was the French toast burger, apparently. All right, so we're going to come down while that's thinking about it. We're going to come down to the title. We're going to go ahead and click in the title here. And again, let's go. I like to put it in uppercase, French toast burger. Okay, there we go. And you can see you've got a little counter just here. Okay, you've got a finite amount of characters that you can type. As short and punchy as you can make it, well, make it. Don't like waffle on up here. Keep it short and punchy. And again, enter your subtitle. Now, another thing just here would be, let's have a look. French, love French toast. I'm going to ignore my spelling, all right? We're going to be here for hours. Love French toast. Again, click the little man icon and you can personalize this with their first name. Love French toast, Nathan? Question mark. Okay. Then you'll love our French toast burger. Okay, job done. Now what we need to do.
And just before you say that, how will we know? Is because you'll find out that someone does like French toast burgers.
Oh.
Because you'll be putting this specific information, as Nathan was saying earlier on, about having targeted messages.
Oh, it's so hot right now. Let me show you all of that, right? So let's have a look. You'll love our French toast burger. So in this case, we're going to go add a button. So add a button just here. Again, name the button. So what do you actually want to appear on the button? So in this go, I'm going to go choose this one. Okay, you can see we've got 5 characters left. Again, short and punchy, always make them uppercase. Okay, I'm going to go exclamation mark. Now, you could be really cool with this again. You could use the emojis. I suggest on the buttons that you want them to click, you choose the emoji on there too. So in this case, I'm going to come back onto the button text up here, and I'm going to paste that one in there. As you can see on the left-hand side here, that's what the button will look like. All right. So there's the French toast burger. Choose this one. Okay, so I'm going to go absolutely. I'm going to reply with a message. So we come down here, we'll choose create new message. You can see it's kind of like up here, they've come onto the opt-in message, they clicked on continue, and they've chosen this one. So you kind of see where you are in the sequence just up here, okay? And if you're like, no, if you're losing me a little bit, well, on the right-hand side here, you can actually, you've got a representation of a phone, all right? So you can see like what the sequence would look like and whereabouts you are in the sequence at any time. So in this case, they've chosen the French toast, and you go French toast burger. Oh God, burger special on its way, comma. And again, I'm going to personalize it. Choose the first name. Okay. Again, this is a really crappy bot. Like, you know, it's just to kind of show you and get your talents up to speed. All right, just get your confidence up. Okay, let's spell the word French correctly. That's always good. Okay, I'm not going to add a button this time. Okay, I just want them to say, look, the burger's on its way, Nathan. That's all I want to do. Now it's time to go back. So we're going to go back one in the sequence. So we're going to come up here where it says continue. Okay, and so we now have to add another option in there because we wanted 2 options. You can have up to 10 of these swipe options. So if you've got 10 specials for the week, for example, well, you're in luck. So in this case, we're going to drop another image just here. Let's go ahead and do that. So scroll down. Let's go and find the image. Right, let's choose that one. I think we used that one as well, wasn't it? Soon find out. Hey, it was the bacon. All right. And if this one here, again, we'll come down to the title. We'll go bacon burger. Okay, and subtitle as well. Love the bacon, comma, Nathan. Okay, so select the first name. Okay, we got you. We got you, fam. There we go. And again, you can use emojis to your heart's content in here too. All right. So job done. Now we need to put a call to action button on this option too. We did it on the last one. So what if they want the bacon burger? Well, let's go ahead and do that. So add a button. Okay. Put what you want on the button. So let's go and get rid of that. And again, choose this one, exclamation mark. And again, we had an emoji on the left-hand side. The emojis just break it up. They're not mandatory. It's just a nice to have, not a need to have.
Yeah, but I think the good thing, though, that you're pointing out is that people are using emojis on these platforms and they respond to them.
Exactly. Exactly. A little piece of me dies every time I use an emoji, but it's not what I want.
I probably, express my my feelings through emojis.
So no getting you some bonus emoji the movie tickets then, I guess. Right. Noted. All right. So in this case, when they click or tap on this button, all right, we are going to reply with a message. And what we're going to do is create a new message. A new message comes up. All right. Bacon burger winging its way to you on the specials. All right. Atrocious spelling. First name. Okay. And again, no button here. That's where the sequence ends. All right. Go back to the continue just up here. Okay. And if we just move across, move to the French toast burger, to the bacon burger, that's enough. Now, if I wanted to add another option, I'd click on the plus mark and just build out as many of these horizontal scrolling specials as I wanted to. But in this case, we're going to leave it as 2. Okay. Job done. Okay, so now the big one is, well, let me go ahead and preview it. Let's go ahead and do that. So up the top here where it says preview. And so the very first time you do this, it will come up and it will say, you need permissions. And it's not scary, it's quite nice. You click another big blue button to give it the permissions, job done. And then what happens is from that point onwards, when you want to do it, you preview and it will go immediately through, there you go, okay, to, oh, there we go. Oh, scroll down.
But okay. I think it's also important to note, if you do decide that you want to have a bit of a play around with this, just because you've got followers with your Facebook, it's not instantly going to go out to all their messengers. They have to opt into this.
They have to opt into that, and we'll talk about that.
So don't be going, oh my gosh, if I'm trying this out and everyone's getting all these things. No, that's not the case at all.
That's 100% correct. And that is the last piece of the puzzle. And we'll talk about that right now, in fact. So before we do that, let's just have a look at our bots. So this has come out from the Nathan Haig page rather than Coterie. So that's why it's appeared from Nathan Haig. Hey, Nathan, welcome to our weekly specials engine thing. Click continue. All right, well, of course, I'm going to do that because I want to test it. So I clicked on continue. It thinks about it, and it's now presented me with both of those options. Okay, so let me go ahead, choose the bacon burger. Go back, I've got the French toast burger. I'm going to choose the French toast burger. Okay, so click that one and up it comes. So we built our very first bot, and if you follow that and you rewind it and you sort of go, oh, where did you do that? We'll rewind it, pause it, do it again. You'll build exactly the same as what you've just seen. Okay, now you go, well, that's great, but as Carrie alluded to just then, how do we actually get it out to our existing people? Well, this is what you're going to do. So let's come up to our builder. Okay. And what you now need to do is you need to click the publish. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. Big blue button at the top right. Thinking. Yay. Content published. Happy days. Right. So if you go back now to the growth tools on the left-hand side, let's go ahead and do that. You will now see your very first growth tool. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. So in this case, I've already got some made up, right? So you'll have your very first one here. So let's go ahead and click it. Okay, and this is all the stuff we've just done. So come over to the right-hand side here where it says set up, and you now get given a URL. Okay, so you can copy this URL to the clipboard. You can do that. And then what you can actually do is you could theoretically, if you wanted to, you could come on your normal Facebook page and you can say, hey, everyone. Oh, God. Wow. Well done, Nate. Hey, everyone. I have literally no idea what's doing that, but I'm going to ignore it. Let me try that again. Hey, everyone. We have a new weekly special send out thing. All right. Click and opt in. Mon Amigos, and I would actually type this in. this,
Oh, he
this
does.
is how I spell,
He
right?
most definitely does.
But what I do is I then paste the link there, so fetching the preview. And so it's just a normal like link, okay? I'd get rid of the link now, bye-bye, up here, so it looks nice and tidy, okay, because it's added the link down here at the bottom of the post. And then all I would do is I would then post that. Now, what I might do is, I will actually do this. I'll just do this now just so you can have a look. I'll do a post only to myself, all right? So there we go, post it. This will be on your business page, okay, and job done, okay. So now if they click on this, so they'll see this on the page, they go, oh, that's exciting. Yeah, absolutely, I'll click it. All right, when they click it, they come on to, guess what? The page that we just built, all right? So let's just wait.
That image is going to pick up their logo.
So it'll pick up their logo. So whatever's on your Facebook page, so the main image that you use for your Facebook page, the avatar that you use, so whether it's a logo or most likely it's a logo 9 times out of 10, yes, it will appear just here. My logo is, well, myself, right? Put tickets on yourself, Nave. But this is how you would do it. Now, some sort of keen-eyed people go, well, I don't want this by many chat just here. Well, can't change it at this moment in time. In future, probably, but right now, this is what you get. Your image, your logo, but you can't change this stuff on the right-hand side, okay? So that's what you get. So that's now the final piece of the puzzle was like, well, how do you get people to actually use this fancy schmancy bot thing? So now what you could do is you could say, right, well, I will just put it on my Facebook page. You might, if you wanted to, right, boost that post, right, to people in the local vicinity. Boosting posts I frown upon because it's an easy way of Facebook to take your money. But if anyone wants, we can go into like Facebook advertising. But for all intents and purposes, you could theoretically drop, say, 20, 25 bucks on boosting the post and send it out to everyone in your local vicinity. And you would get people to opt in, okay, into your audience that way. Now, another way of doing it, if obviously you've got email like lists, well, you would include that email list, right, with the link. So you'd send them a link. Like this same link that we posted here, send it out via email and get people to opt in that way. That is it. You can do so much more with these, obviously, but that was just an example to get your confidence up. So when you get stuck into it and you see what's possible, well, that'll whet your appetite, right? So, yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you, Nathan, for taking us through Geek Hour. But guys, just as Nathan was saying that, you know, you can have a little bit of a play around and see if it's something that your business might be able to do themselves, if it's something that you do want to integrate. But we have to tell you that this is the new bit of technology that is going to be going into the business world. We're bringing it into the hospitality industry where it is going to be bringing you such better efficiencies within your business. So whilst there may have been some moments that you may have had to stop, you know, the recording, go back because it's a little bit new to you, this really is designed to buy you more time and help you streamline your marketing activity and also just make it a little bit easier when you start to automate your processes and put everything into one area. And the big key, 99% conversion rate. That's pretty cool. So if you are interested, but you're not quite sure whether you've got enough information, just follow the bouncing ball down below. Get in touch with us for more information, or if you want to hit the road running, we can do these bots for you. So again, thank you very much for joining us on, I guess we can just say, you know, the Geek Hour of Welcome to Chatbots.
Yeah, why not? That sounds great. Let's use that.
And then we'll catch you soon. So I'm Carrie, and that was Nathan Haig, and we look forward to being in touch and seeing the bots in your business. Catch you soon.